Guess who is running out of money and is now going around the continent of Europe begging for more cash? Yes, it's the European Union, specifically the European Commission, because they got some big ideas. Mostly Ukraine, but there are also some other ideas, so they need more money. Britain has now left officially as a member, so they know that they're struggling and they can't fully rely on Germany. So what are they actually doing? The European Commission are now calling for more cash from EU member states as it struggles to survive. You're not laughing now, are you? You need Britain, don't you? This is why you're having all this conversation with David Lammy and Keir Starmer to bring us back in the European Union, whether as an official member or not. You want our money. That's the whole point. Germany was supposed to be leading the whole thing, and they are struggling, so they can't really fully handle the EU budget contribution on behalf of everybody else and the EU loans and grants and everything else. So Ursula von der Leyen is now asking everybody to pay more because she's got big plans. What is her plan? Firstly, the budget review, they said, is necessary to factor into the 2021 and 2027 shared budget the effects of the lockdown days, the pandemic, and they're going to include Ukraine into it, and the energy crisis, which is all linked, obviously, and the inflation and the sharp interest rate rises. Again, they're all linked anyway. But the Commission said it is not a tax on companies, nor does it increase companies' compliance costs. It will be a national contribution paid by member states based on the gross operating surplus for the sectors of financial and non-financial corporations. Okay, so what the European Commission is saying is, don't worry, businesses, lovely corporations who love us, we're not going to take your money. What we're going to do, we're going to go to your government, we're going to get their money. Where do you think governments get their money from? They get it through taxation. So these governments, especially countries, the member states in the European Union who don't have enough money compared to Germany or France, they're going to have to raise taxes on their businesses, for example, to pay more money to the EU. So the Commission is lying to European businesses and the individuals saying, well, we're not taking your money, we're taking your government's money. There's no such thing as government money. It's taxpayers' money. And they're going to be taking it from the same individuals who've been supporting the European Union. So technically speaking, they're going to learn a lesson in Europe. All these people who've been supporting the European project all these years. Now, Ursula von der Leyen had this massive press conference again saying we have exhausted all flexibility in our EU budget to deal with crisis after crisis. I wonder why. So she says we have come up with a targeted proposal to better act on the most pressing issues. So Ukraine, migration crisis, and strengthening competitiveness. You know, these are just random words, right? They don't even know what they're talking about because the European Union don't really care about competition. They care about it. They want to crush it. This is what Ursula said.
With this overall revision of the MFF, we are asking our 27 member states to equip us with 66 billion euro to deliver on these three priorities I've just described: Ukraine, migration, and competitiveness.
That is so desperate and sad to see them going in hand, just begging, literally begging their own member states for more money because they've been failing their own project. The gravy train, maybe you could make some cuts on the gravy train in Brussels and in Strasbourg. I don't think these guys knew what they were supposed to be doing with the long-term budgets. They knew short-term budgets would obviously would fund their own projects because they can bribe certain countries, Eastern European blocs. They could say, you could come into the European Union, we will give you money in the name of grants or projects because we're going to take money from Germany and the UK at the time. This is a version of bribery. That's how they make them happy in Eastern Europe. Then people in Eastern Europe realize, okay, well, we're being dependent on the state to get EU support. What if I just move from my country and go straight to London to find a job? So, level playing field? Nobody from London to go all the way to east. Everybody from the east side comes to the west. No, it's not just the UK, but also France. I mean, I don't know who wants to go to France, but some people do, apparently. Not the migrants. Migrants don't want to stay in France. They don't like it. But that's the situation. Anyway, we're going to keep you guys posted on the chaos of the European Union. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.